traded last night. So I had a migraine after trade review last night. I had a migraine when I woke up this morning. It didn't go away. Failed my 75 hard because I didn't go to the gym. My PC didn't work this morning, so kind of a shit day. Not gonna lie. I need to do this opposite. Okay, I took longs on GC last night. I was just going for a winning day on these because they fit the consistency rule. So I longed this here. Just looking for that New York high to break. Where's the New York high? Yeah, where's New York high? Am I stupid? I long this 615. Yeah. So I was looking for this New York high to break. It hadn't broken yet. So I was just targeting up there. I was seeing if there was more momentum. I got trailed out. That was really my one trade. And then today I shorted NASDAQ off open looking for True Day. Looking for True Day to hit. Once the IB broke, I took this with options. So I shorted at the money QQQ calls. I shorted QQQ calls 605 calls. I closed them after the IB high broke, and that was Hive Day. So I closed them at 1042, and then this thing just flushed. So missed it. How did you know NASDAQ was going to pump, stop you out, then go hit True Day? You don't know that. You never know that. This to me, I was looking at this, right? NASDAQ was consolidating. EOS was starting to break down, so that's why I took the short. I was looking for True Day. London didn't sweep it, right? We did end up sweeping this. Sucks because if I held, that was like a 500% trade. Show stops and TPs. With options, it's more like my hard stop was, okay, if we get a 5-minute candle close above the IB, I'm going to close the position. We got a 5-minute candle close above the IB, I closed it. So, yeah, my TP was just shooting for True Day. Right, that's why I closed at 1042, right? Because we had IB high break here. This didn't close above it yet. So there was no close above the IB high yet. And then once this candle came out, I was like, okay, this is probably going to close above it. So when you get those candle closures above the IB, typically it results in less double breaks. So that's why I did that. And I was thinking, okay, we did a double break yesterday. We might do a double break again today. But once we got that candle close above, I thought it was less likely. So that's why I closed it. And then it dumped straight to where I wanted it to. And then commentary, pretty basic today because I was dealing with the PC. This was yesterday. GM. Yeah, my PC wasn't working. No stream today while I figure this out. Gold looks like slow and steady uptrend, which was true. NQ didn't sweep True Day in London, so I trade towards it. All right, this was the same ideas that I just talked about. IB high break on NQ and GC leaning towards upside. PC is finally fixed. GC looks like we're stalling out this 4,300 level. I would not short this. Just look for a retrace to get long from this range. Wait for structure on GC. So this came down. This came down to, where did I have it marked out? I had this fib marked out. This was the fib I took. Came right down into that range, or maybe it was this fib. I forget which one I did. Came right down in there, bounced off that upper band, and this was also the... this was the range I was looking at. I wasn't looking at last night's, really. I believe that's what I took. Yeah, I was just taking the New York range. So this bounced right off. So POC was at 88. Our value area high was at 88. came down into that range, came down below POC, recovered above it, and then here we retest that POC. We're also right at value area high, then this starts pushing. I said wait for a structure. This is the structure I was looking for. Comes back down to that lower VWAP band, or that upper VWAP band, taps it, hits that POC, and then continues to rally. So this is like the trade. This is the ideal trade I would look for. Okay, good stuff, Plasma. You don't consent for trade review today. Too bad, Uranus. We got to review it. Uranus. Long NQ last night. 618. Slightly late entry. This is a little bit higher risk to me. Stopped. Still bullish outlook on NQ for now. Would like to see 25K. Got my winning day, so no more trades. Wood size down though. We are in resistance zone. This could play. I think I'm washed. One hit wonder. Just give me a trade review tomorrow. I'm about to get cooked. It's okay, bro. It's too. For the past week, you've called out good trades. You took 2 trades that were wrong. That's okay. It's gonna happen. Right idea, funky execution. Okay, so you longed this at. Okay, so your risk is really wide on this one, but then on this one, your risk is much tighter. And then this idea played out. You just got stopped on it. Yeah, your right idea, funky execution is right. Because if you take the fib, if we go and look at NQ, GC's just fucking ripping. If we look at this last night, right? We have our IB low set. We have our IB low set. There's no break at the high yet. This, if I take my lower time frame fib, where's it at? This is where we should be executing, right? And we're executing up here and up here. Right, we want to get in either at the 618 or this comes down and does the retest down to the 0.5. So I think the ideas are correct. Your execution's just off on these two. I'm fine with the ideas. Yeah, because you got in at 40s. Yeah, so we're top taking right at VWAP. What should we be looking for? We should be looking for this 0.5, 0.618. So, yeah, you forced it. It's okay. You took 2 bad trades. It's all good. Decent long setup. Can also try it VWAP. This was at 11:05. 11:05. I don't hate the trade just based off IB breaking. I don't hate the trade idea. It looks like a 618 bounce, but then it fails immediately. So 3 bad trades. It's okay, bro. Your stop's also pretty fucking tight on this. Your stop's pretty tight, so I'll get. I like the ideas still. I like these ideas. Nothing wrong with the ideas. It's just, you know, sometimes the setups fail. And this, even if I'm looking at just general IB with close above the IB, there's a pretty low probability that you get stopped on that. Or not stopped on it, but that we have a double break. So if you look at by close, and this was 1 hour IB too, this wasn't even 45. You have a 15% chance of a double break. And then if you go in on Thursdays, it's probably lower. So yeah, 11% chance of a double break. I think it's fine, bro. I think your trades were fine. Your ideas were fine. It's just your executions were off on those first 2. That second one, it's just you're part of that 11% stat today. So, I think those are fine, bro. I don't have an issue with any of them. Trade review. Okay. Took for no reason. Yeah, Dylan, what the fuck? We lost $5,000, bro. I even told you on trade review, bro, use micros. Use micros and 13 trades, yeah. And this was at 6:30, bro. We took 13 trades by 6:30. I told you use micros. You were like, should I use one mini or should I use micros? And I said micros, bro. Yeah, his DLL, he forgot to hit the save button. So I think a good way to check if you hit the save button is there should be a DLL thing right up here. You know, fake out move from gold. Thought I saw a reaction from anchored VWAP, but I was wrong. Okay, this is yeah. So clutch when the session is starting out, right? When this overnight session is starting out, this VWAP isn't going to give me that much information, right? This is pretty tight near the candles. So on this initial VWAP, I want to use the bands always. Because that initial VWAP, it doesn't have enough data in it. So going forward, only look for these, like, the bands until your VWAP's expanded out. Then it provides better areas, and then your bands also provide better areas because we had another VWAP tap in London. We had another one in pre-market, right? So now this VWAP's valid to me. But before that, right, like, I want to focus more on just, like, general areas, not necessarily, like, the VWAP directly. But yeah, gold's just fucking ripping, bro. Jesus Christ. Yeah, for 226. Yeah, I would just wait a little bit longer on this because I think the idea is right. Your timing's just off. Gold short on combine or short in gold. Okay. Yeah, there was some resistance up here. I'm cool with this. Cool with the adjustments. Okay, and then your stop got tagged. Yeah, if you're short in gold, it's like you got to manage the stops pretty well. Long from 0.3, that ran to TP. Okay, there you go. Yeah, this is excellent. I'm assuming you entered on this green candle. This is what I want to see. This is good. Taking it off at that upper resistance. Good management on this as well, clutch. Clearly still tilted, but half past a combine. Yeah. I don't know why this isn't loading. It says 0 to 0.2. Late entry, because I hesitated even though I thought I saw a reaction at 0.3. I still waited subconsciously. I'm so afraid of being wrong and losing. Okay. Is this the same trade? 29.9. 22.4. Okay. So different trade. Okay, yeah, because you have green here and you have red here. So this is a second trade. Same idea. Did this run to TP? 3 for 5. Solid. Yeah, I would have called it here. Just take your wins. This looks fine. I would adjust up to... Yeah, you adjusted to that wick. I would potentially look at adjusting to that wick, that next wick. Right to break even. Hit TP. Good stuff. Didn't like PA to trade XFA right now, so demo scalp on London double break. Price was stalling out at highest value area high, failing to break up a band. Good management framing. Maybe could have taken on XFA, IDK. This looks like a clean entry, Ziki. I want to know where the initial stop is, but this looks good to me, bro. Right down to VWAP. Yeah, just take it. I would, if you're looking to scalp this, Ziki, just take it right down to VWAP. And, you know, you get 7 points out of it. 3 points is good shit, bro. Nothing clear in PA. This PA still playing IB for 0.4 extension. Has 75% probability in general stats. Strong candle. Didn't give me time to scale and leave one runner. TP hit at 0.6-ish. Okay. So this came down near VWAP. We got in. Okay, price started running. Good management on this. Nice. Very clean. I don't really have too many comments on this. I think this is executed pretty much perfectly. Yeah, super clean. Okay, my one comment on this is, so London typically sweeps one side of Asia, right? So going for these highs is very high probability, and it lines up with your 0.6, 0.7. So, I mean, you targeted the right area. You could have just, like, if your TP is here, if your TP's here, right, you can actually shoot for that high and squeeze a little bit more out of it. And if I look at the chart, what happened, right, This pushes up, sweeps out that London high, and then you start to see that resistance forming, or that slowdown. Good trade, though. Good trade. And on this, since you are playing the IB, right, you are playing the IB, I would potentially have my stop at that low, at that 15-minute low, just to give you some more like probability on your side. But once this starts trending up, just adjust it. I think you did fine on the management. I think everything's good on it. A little more than a winning day. Missed 2 good setups that pumped hard, but I didn't pull the trigger, so I decided to just lock out and take what I can get. Framing, gold bullish as always. Like I said, missed my long at VWAP. Later one at value area high, so I waited for pre-market retrace to upper band aligning with value area high and fit from current leg. Sign up VWAP band not going through. Scale a bit too early at 4 points would be okay if I traded with normal size, but I used 5 to 7 for this week. Last runner up for 10 points. Trailed pretty aggressive. He'll just rug pulled after. Framing management, bias, lockout, patience, discipline, not FOMOing. No. Missing the other 2 setups isn't bad, bro. The fact that you didn't FOMO in because of it, I think is fine. Like, it's actually better to say, okay, well, I missed these 2 good setups and then wait for the next setup. Yeah, because if you're like, oh, well, I missed these 2 other setups, I don't know where they are, but, oh, I missed these other 2 setups, and then you FOMO in, what if you're buying up here? No, you waited for it. That's actually a good thing. So, I don't think there's anything bad on this trade. Zeke, you're being a little too hard on yourself, Mr. German man. Yeah, your management saved you on this. Good scales. And that dumped. C minus today was not swept. Lots of rejection at all-time highs. Entered on upper band and 0.6 fib. Yeah, it was pretty choppy this morning. I think this is a valid trade to take. And it looked good. But then it just reversed. Trailed in profit. Trailed stop loss got hit, I'm assuming. I think it's fine to get stopped. Long from 0.3 on demo that ran to TP. Okay, still using demo tool. Clutch, when you're using this demo tool, now we want to think about, like, you still, I would say trade it the same, trade your demo the same as your XFA for right now. But once you get to payout, after you've gotten to payout, get a little bit more aggressive on this demo tool, right? Start to trade a little bit more aggressively, and then see, okay, am I able to size up a little bit in here? No drawdown on this trade, I'm assuming. So clean, no adjustments on this. I would look for higher prices on this, but I think it's a good trade. IB high broke by wick, low volume node holding, full day uptrend, fib 382, got stopped, it goes to 618 and then hit TP. Okay. This was on gold. I like gold for longs based off the IB. But we took this, where did we take this at? 42.77. Just straight up. 42.77. Yeah, it just dipped a little bit lower. When it's consolidating like this, and it's not really pushing after that fib tap. After this initial fib tap, it pushes the highs, right? Which is what we want to see. Pushes the highs, but then it doesn't, there's no strength up here. So it comes back down a little bit and then it runs. So, yeah, I like the trade idea. I like the framing on it. I think it's just where we got in, not the best spot. Our execution could have been a tiny bit better. I like the idea. 2 L's today. First, 0.5 value area, high price showed failed sellers and tried it, but got stopped. Second one, maybe thought react from POC in 618, but also got stopped. It's okay. Needing shit on NQ lately. Had a chance to hop in a long on GC, but was focused on NQ, so I didn't take that. Would have been a better decision. I think NQ, right now, the range is really large on NQ. The ranges are large, so you might also have to size down because of it. I'm fine with both of these trade ideas. It's just, okay, so we just got stopped, Adrian. We just got stopped out for 20 points. And now we're trying it again after it previously failed. This management should be a little bit better. I I would be looking to get out of that drawdown. GC's been really reliable from my perspective. NQ's been kind of a hoe. Bias going. I'll cover that at end of trade review. Plus 1500 P&L, 900, 350, plus 950. MGC 3 trades, 2 overnight, 1 New York AM. Overnight trade along at VWAP 382 and low volume node got stopped. Saw wick at VWAP and saw price print a green candle. Top tick the drawdown, got stopped. Tried one more POC 705 fib with lower band demand zone, hit TP, and my target at 50s. Which if I kept it would have hit TP, but price wicking the swing high, which was 7 points lower, an RA 3 RR, so I got scared into profits. That's fine. You just took a drawdown trade, you just took a trade that hit your stop loss, and now you got a 3R trade. So I think it's valid to get out. I think it's valid to get out on that first trade. New York AM, I missed both my initial entries because of class, so I just wait for IB. I enter off 0.5 in VWAP. First one was rejection, got stopped at break even. Wait for resweep of VWAP, which we took. Took longs 2 RR for consistency on eval. Indicate if my entry is valid. Okay, yeah, no, this looks much better than 2 or 3 weeks ago, Plasma. This first one, again, we're trying this. I'm assuming this candle was printing green initially. This is like the same. It's like the same thing as the other day, where you have that red candle that makes a long wick, and then it goes through that wick, right? It's the same thing. That's why it's like easy to use the 15-minute. The 15-minute can help, where it's like that wick isn't even present. I wait for the green candle though. Yeah, I think it's valid to try it here, but then once this gives you confirmation, I think you should be waiting for the closes personally. This one's much better. Also, it's the same thing that I was talking about with Clutch, right? Where it's this VWAP doesn't have enough data in it yet for it to necessarily be valid. You can see it pushes towards that lower band and then it pops up. I like this second trade. And then this one, I'm fine with you getting break even on this. And then this one, I like this one. This one, where'd we get in at? Oh, these are ones you missed. Okay. So you're going to long here off VWAP. Yeah, this... I'm cool with this, that VWAP tap. And then I'm cool with this one too, that upper band tap. And then you longed off 0.5 in VWAP for break even. This one? At like 10. Okay. You got break even on it? I'm assuming you entered like at the top of this candle. And then this came down, stopped you out, and then ran. Okay, I'm gonna let you send that. I'm gonna keep going. Thank you, long loss. This was A+ for me. So it's pretty confident, targeting IB high. Confluence is New York VWAP, overnight VWAP, shelf, 618, great rejection. Yeah, this looks good. It's going to happen. Where these trades look great, they look A+, and you get stopped on them. I think the framing's good. The identification of the setup is good. It's just one of those 11% days where it doesn't happen. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay, so... it's this trade right here, or no, it's this one to the left. Okay, so a little bit of a late entry on that. Okay, this one, I think the entry is just a little late, and it's you missed those last two moves, so you might be FOMOing in. You get stopped for break even, then you wait. Okay, you get this candle. I'm cool with this one. We should target the highs here, though. But if you're going for a consistency rule, I think that's appropriate. GCIB. Entered because of high, was already broken, did a retrace without hitting point 1 extension, took 2 of 3 calls at point 2 and left 1 runner. So I got stopped in profit at point 2. Really bad trailing. Plus 700 with the 2 trades posted here. Gonna wait if there's something clear for power hour. Okay. Cool. This looks similar to same trade Plasma took. This looks good. Yeah, it didn't hit that point 1. Just target. Good target. Good trailing. Good trailing. Good scales. This trailing looks fine to me. Oh, you trailed off that strong 5 minute. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I want to see the next candle after the strong 5 if it's like true breakout. If I'm going for a really far trade with the breakout method, I'm not going to trail off this first initial strong 5 minute. If I'm going for like a really like high RR trade, then I would trail at, you know, this wick or this wick, one of those two. If you want to be a little bit more secure, then yeah, trail off that strong 5 minute. Okay. Previous day range stat bullish. True day is below us. It wasn't traded through in London. Price sitting inside resistance area. Low volume node, 1 hour FVG. Price swept previous day high, creating an internal low volume node. It's been a slow grind up, so slow trend day. Though I was aware of this, the clear sleep and internal low volume node made me think shorts look good. Plus we had London lows, Asia lows, and true days target. Internal low volume node, upper band of VWAP, long, New York VWAP. Okay, so you have mixed, right? Your context is mixed right now. You have shorts confirmation, longs confirmation. It's not very clear based off this so far. Based off seeing buyers trying to push through low volume node, basically reversing my initial short idea. So price respected both New York and overnight VWAPs. Stop loss for first short was at end of low volume node. TP at account pass 4 micros. Stop loss for second short was at wick of 5 minute. TP at London low. Stop loss for long was below POC. TP at 0.4 extension. Should have trailed more aggressively and maybe even take partials on first short since it did reach 2R. Got greedy on first short. Wanted to count pass on one trade. Got to be aware that counter trend trade should be managed conservatively. Second short was probably unnecessary since price was holding overnight VWAP. Long was a bit of FOMO. Okay. So this initial short was playing out. I like this initial short. Yeah, this looks good. This looked like it was going to run to true day. That's what I was thinking. And then because it did a fake out on the 15-minute orb, but then it also faked out the 15-minute orb to the downside as well. So today was a tricky day to read, in my opinion. Got stopped, shorted again. Right, and then off this candle, we should have just been out. Right, this prints that nice wick. If this is going to break down, it's going to be on this. Like, this candle would close red all the way. And then it wicks really hard. And then it pushes. So, I think today was a tricky day to read. Okay, and then we tried a long. G1 on the long. Yeah, okay. At least you want one on the long. Monkey brain showed up. And did we bump size on this? 4, 6, but you closed for 4. Okay, it's not too terrible. It's just today was tricky to read. 4 micros each one. Okay, cool. You didn't bump your size. That's good. Tricky day to read, honestly. So, I mean, you got out with 1 green trade. Did you end up or down on the day? End of the day, green. Okay, take it. End of the day. At least you stopped after this because, yeah, this got a little bit clouded compared to your other trade reviews. Tried to long too early, sell off into value area high with good rejection. Tried it once, got stopped for 5 points. Tried it again, got liquidated. It's DLL. Yeah, I would increase your DLL, Jacob. This first long. Yeah, we're trying to bottom tick here. Wait for that next candle to print. And then that second long, I'm cool with the second long, but yeah. Yeah, this first one. Yeah, wait for this green candle to come out. This first one. GC, it's hard to bottom tick on GC. It's hard to bottom tick on GC. So, just be aware of that. This stopped you out, and then this one looked good, and then it stopped you for DLL. Which sucks. I like the second trade. Two small losses in London, one decent one in New York that overtook my losses. Trying to get out of drawdown. Because squeeze 10 RR out of the last one. I left my trailing stop and put my TP higher. Okay. So this London short. I don't like this short. I don't like this short in London. Either of these. Just because the London is... Like, the London on GC typically trends the same direction as Asia. So I want to lean towards the longs. Also, where did we execute this at? This was right at London Open. Okay. It's right at the upper band. It's holding at this upper band. Yeah, I just, when it's here, after we've had this strong rally in Asia, and it's held up, like it pushed above VWAP, fell slightly below it, came back above it with strength. I want to see this push hard above this upper band. And it starts to struggle here. But there's not really good confirmation on shorts in this range. And then once this sells off, how long does it do it? How long is the sell off from 506 to 527? It only sells off for like 20 minutes and that's back up. I want to take the trade in the same direction as Asia. Because Asia expanded up, I want to look for London to expand up as well. Two small losses, one bigger win. Okay, New York. This New York trade, I like this New York trade. Comes down to VWAP, wicks it. You waited. Right, I think this was good on the patient side. We didn't just jump in immediately. And then this looks like it's starting to hold up that structure and then pushes out. Could hold it a little bit longer on this, especially when we get that momentum. But I like that New York trade. I just don't think there's any sign of rejection in this London area after we pop up. MGC, 3 contracts, 3.1 RR. New York volume value area high. 618 entry with VWAP. Trail on 5 minute, then 3 minute after breaking highs. Could have trailed the structure to get more out of it. Trailed fast as I was expecting IB pull back to 0.5 and re-enter. Loss. Caught the chop, expecting to pull back to true day after breaking the last high. Should have waited for more reaction. Okay, I like this first trade. This looks clean. Taking off before the highs. A little bit more conservative, but it's fine. And then you just trailed up to where your initial TP was. I think that's cool to do. And then here, yeah, the chop. Dude, the chop was ugly. Shorted, got stopped break even. Shorted again. Got stopped for 50, 60 points. That stops, it's too wide. To me, that stops too wide. The volatility is back, so you might need to bump your stop to like 30 or 40 points, but 60 points is pretty wide on that. It is 2 micros, so you can afford to have a wider stop there. But for me, like, my stops are a little bit tighter. If you want to trade with wider stops, I think that's fine. It's appropriate. But this is just all chop. If we waited for this downside confirmation, we would have had it. Double rake retraced to 25% IV. Price moved. And I missed entry. Saw failed buy-in. We were respecting POC with New York VWAP above, so I entered to target true day. Got stopped out, then re-entered. Okay, so initial stop. Got back in after you see this wick out. Failed buying. Ooh, stop break even. It looks like on this. It did hit target though. Power hour did not work today. Okay, we only lost 99 though. We made 600 on the day. I think it's a valiant attempt. GC's just been on a ripper, bro. It's hard to short it. When will this be uploaded? When the live ends. You can just go in the live category on YouTube and rewatch it. had 2 setup trades on London. I can also re-review it, Clutch, so it's about to be uploaded. 2 setup trades on London today, just practicing at the moment. Took entry off 382 fib after IB set, targeting true day. Further extensions would have trailed stop loss to where I cut off the trade, as it would have stopped me after hitting true day open. Re-entered off another fib retrace targeting extension lower, however close position, do consolidation. Okay, so long. I like this long. Just catching the momentum after we bounced hard off that area. Waited for the confirmation of a bullish candle to print. This next one stops in a reasonable spot. I think that's solid. And then this one stopped you for break even, I'm assuming. I'm not more confident in some levels, in certain fib levels. It's just I want to see the reaction off those fib levels. There's different reactions. So like when it's a quick reaction like this and you get immediate strong bullish print off of it, then I'm more confident in this. And then I would be more confident, and especially when it breaks previous highs for your fib. So you anchor it here to here, which is correct. Comes down, taps that area. You start to get bullish prints immediately, and then it cracks the high. I'm pretty confident in that fib to run to, right? If I'm looking for true day, I'm pretty confident in that to run. But if I'm looking at like NASDAQ here, right? If this is the information I'm looking at, when this bounces off the 618, right? This looks like a strong bounce off the 618. And then it fails to push highs, I'm much less confident in that trade, in this fib. This fib to me, like this should print strong. This next candle, it's fine. This next one, getting a little sketched out. Next one, red, more sketched out. This, right? I would still be holding this if my stop's at this wick. I'd still be holding this. Green candle prints, and it fails. Right, you get that wick, and then the next candle's red. I would be out. I'd say this idea is probably not going to work, and yeah. Yeah, I'll just review it really quick, Clutch. Okay. Long from that 0.3 that ran to TP. Is this all okay? Fake out move from gold. Okay, yeah. So on VWAP, right? On these anchored VWAPs for gold, when this is first printing in Asia, there's much less information on this VWAP. It's taking in less information, so it's better for me to use the bands, the upper and lower band, as resistance, areas. This VWAP, I don't really want to consider this VWAP until it's got more information in it. And it hasn't shown me anything that's really relevant until, you know, here, right? Now it's got a lot of information in it. Now I can use it. I can use it here again. But here, yeah, comes down to this area, and this isn't really a reaction. And then long from 0.3. I like this long. I'm assuming you got in on this candle, this green candle. I'm cool with that trade. The management's fine on it. I would even adjust this into profit since you did just take a drawdown trade. L, late entry because I hesitated even though I saw a reaction at 0.3 and I still waited. Okay. This one, I'm assuming this came down with you out and then ran. I'm fine with that trade. Got right back in. Yeah, so I'm assuming that candle that was forming came down, stopped you out. And then this gives you additional confirmation in here. You got back in. I'm cool with you getting back in on it. I would, yeah, adjust the stop here and then here potentially. And then you just go to break even. That's cool. I'm cool with the trades. And then this long on demo. Right? I'd trade it just like your XFA for right now. After you get to payout, start to be more aggressive on demo, right? Use maybe 10 contracts on this. See how you feel with size. Use 10 contracts, use 15, use 20 even. It's a demo account, but we don't want to take those habits into the XFA quite yet until you see that buffer. Honestly, I like plasmas for this one. This one's good. I also like this. Actually, this is pretty much a perfect trade. Zeke's is also good. I just don't like shorting gold. I don't like shorting gold, so you're gonna get chewed out of it today, Zeke. Sorry, Zeke. What's the best way to scale into a trade? Ooh, depends. Scaling into a trade, that's probably one of the hardest things to do as a trader. A lot of it comes with time and pattern recognition. So let's say I'm taking this trade and I want to scale into it. Okay, there's multiple different ways to scale. You can scale right near your stop, right? As prices like right near your stop, because your cost on that trade is very low. So like if you've got a 5-point stop on gold and you're 4 points in drawdown, if you add a bunch of contracts in, you're only taking 1 point of risk on it. You're taking on an additional 1 point of risk. You scale right where your initial price is, right? You are taking on that additional, let's say you have a 5-point stop, you're in with 1 micro. You scale in to 5 micros. Now you've taken on 5 times your risk. If you're in profit and your stop's already in profit or at break even, and then you scale in and it moves your break even up, right? Now you have to judge, okay, am I comfortable taking a break even but having price run higher? Like scaling, it's tricky. You had a perfect scale in yesterday. Where's it at? Bottom ticker POC. Okay. Yeah. Or if price comes down and retests your level, retests a significant level, you can scale back in there. So you scaled in right at the bottom, and then you got out 1 contract, and then you held the other. I like that scaling. Yeah, so you can scale in. There's multiple different ways. Clutch, I think right now I think you're fine right now. Just get to pay out, bro. Keep posting in trade review, get the payout. I think you're good, bro. Okay, so starting a position here, right? I got in with 3. Going to grab a coffee, then I'll be live. Still holding POC. Right, you can see I scaled into this as the trade started to pick up. So my initial entry is 4198.6. And then my entry, right, it just moves up 2 points. I scaled in 7 contracts, but where's my risk adjusted to? So my initial risk was here, right? It's at the bottom, it's below this wick. Once I see confirmation of, okay, it looks like we're holding here, I added on this retest, right? In this retest, I added 4 more contracts in, and then I brought my stop up. So it's the same amount of risk. I'm risking 296 here. What am I risking here? I'm risking 284. So around the same risk. I do have higher probability of getting stopped out, but that looks like the retest to me. So I scaled in on the retest there, if that makes sense. Yeah, it takes a lot of testing, and it's a skill that's very hard to develop, scaling in my opinion. Gold, dude, gold just has no chill. There's no chill on gold. Crazy. Yeah, there's also not always a chance to scale in. Okay, that's trade review.